picked a better day to talk about this topic, which may definitely ruffle some feathers. So today I want to talk about why vision boards won't get you to your goals in 2020, but what will. So to start off, this is a common thing that happens amongst teams that, you create your vision board for the next year. You spend that time to really think about and visualize what you want. You put it all together and then you hope for the best. You cross your fingers and you wait. So I get it. Like, this is something we are taught to do. You know, we've all watched The Secret. Like, it's common in the, personal development and vision type environment that we're in as entrepreneurs, that vision boards are what help us produce results. So that totally makes sense. But, if that were actually true, everything on your vision board would have already happened. It would be consistently happening. And we all know, if we go back and we look at our vision boards from the past, there are definitely things that haven't happened yet. And there are things that haven't come to fruition. And sure, there are some things that have. But I want to explain why that is and what the actual key is to achieving your goals in 2020. So what actually leads to us achieving BHAGs, or big, hairy, audacious goals, is our mindset shift. And what I mean by that is that the mind that we have now is not the mind that we had last year. And our mind is always evolving and changing. And I want to give you guys a couple of examples here of what I mean by mindset. And I think we can all probably go back to when we first started our business, and we all maybe face some resistance. And maybe you guys understand what I mean when I say resistance. You feel this little like niggly in your body about, I'm not sure about this. And some of us decide to push on anyways, and some of us decide to hold back. And this is a constant dance that is happening, and it is the dance that is preventing us from getting to that next level. That is the constant thing that is going on. It's this mind dance of thoughts going through our mind and us deciding, is it feasible or is it not? The people that are most successful have learned to embrace that dance. They have learned to say, my thoughts are either I can choose to say, yes, I believe that thought, or a thought goes through your head and you're like, no, I don't know if that's actually true or not. I don't know if there's any evidence to back it up. And what happens is the people that progress year over year are constantly changing their relationship with that resistance. Let me give you another example of resistance. Have you ever gone to invest in something in yourself and you feel this like, Ashley, you shouldn't spend that money on yourself. Like, what if it doesn't work? What if you lose that money? So there's this constant voice that is telling us, maybe you should think about that a little bit longer for a second, right? And so that voice is what is called the resistance. And what this actually comes from is that when we're children, before we're told no, we are like our full selves. And really the whole goal of life is to get back to that point before you were told no for the first time, because there's many people in our lives that tell us, don't do it that way. Oh, don't color outside the lines. No, don't play with the water like that. We are constantly told as children not to do things and do it a certain way. So we lose touch with that creativity and that ability to fully be ourselves. And that is the real goal of all of this, is to find ourselves back at that point before we understood no, or that something wasn't possible. So when you feel that resistance, that is you going back to being a child and someone telling you, no, like, that's too expensive. Put that candy back. We don't have the money for that, right? So when you get to a point that you can pause and reflect on, what is that voice actually saying? Is it true? Do I need to believe that, or is it not? That is when you will start moving mountains in your life. That is the biggest difference. It's not the vision boards. It is your ability and your relationship to move those, maybe make peace with those thoughts, but choose whether you decide to believe them or not. Because when you think about it, that resistance gets in the way all the time if you're not aware of it. It's like you've got one foot on the gas, right? That is like you knowing your goals, knowing where you want to go. Your foot is on the gas. And then you've got the other like pesky foot, like keep tapping the brakes, being like, oh, I don't know, maybe you should slow down. I don't think you should spend the money there. No, you've never really been capable of much in your life. So what makes you think you're capable of this? And it's that other foot that is constantly tapping the brake. So that is the biggest thing holding you back from achieving what you want to achieve in 2020. It's not the ability to really visualize what it is that you want. It's your ability to talk yourself through why this is going to be different this time, why you need to stop resisting those thoughts and stop pausing. So that is something that is so important. And I really want you guys to think about in 2020. Think of it this way too, when it comes to investing in yourself and taking it to the next level. Like, think about it this way. If someone said to you, you know what, it's January. I'm actually going to just cancel BOD. Like, it's, health and fitness is a priority to me, but like, the shakes too. Like, I'm going to try it on my own and see how it goes. Like, would you not just be like, dude, like, do you hear yourself? Like, this is what you want, but you're not willing to invest in it. Like, it doesn't make any sense, right? Like, we get that. We can see it because we're on the outside. So we are all making these decisions in some way, right? We are deciding whether we show up and we go all in and we play big, or that we say we're all in, but then our actions don't reflect it. And guys, I know it's scary. Last year, well, it's this year, but in July, I joined my first mastermind, and it was a lot of money. Like, it was $10,000. And I knew in my gut, it's what I needed to do next. But I definitely, it wasn't like, it wasn't something that I didn't fight that resistance against. But I know every time, if I look back at my history, every time I've invested in a coach, I have been able to double, triple, quadruple, 5x my income. And that's what I was able to do this round with that investment. So I want you guys to really look